Okay, we have talked about the causes of toxicity as it relates to the human body. What causes it? And we have also discussed the signs that your body needs to be detoxed. Now we want to discuss and give you some information as to how and what you should use to detox your body to actually detox. Let's understand this as we conclude this video series of 3. Please understand this. Overall, toxicity is going to come from a few things. It's going to come from stress, emotional stress. It's going to come from your diet. It's going to come from pharmaceutical drugs or some physical stress. That's where it's going to come from. If you address those issues, then you're going to see clear to remove or eradicate the toxicity from your life, from your body. Okay? Now, here are some foods and some elements that I would recommend to you to help detox your body. I'm not going to sit here and break down everything line upon line, precept upon precept, and like little baby steps, because I believe that you're grown and mature enough to be able to do some of this work on your own. I'm going to give you the elements and the foods that I use particularly, and you take it from there. I will help support you, but I'm not going to give you all of the answers, because if you truly want to lose weight, if you truly want to detox your body, if you truly want to be healthy, you'll take the next step on your own without me. I'm just here to guide you. It's that simple. Now, the first one is bentonite clay. Bentonite is a volcanic ash clay. It's natural. It's chock full of also micronutrients. So you actually get nutrition from the clay as well. The clay is also used for facial mask, and it has been done that way for many, many years. And what it does through a process of adduction, not, let me slash that, not adduction, adsorption. You've heard the word absorption, which is when you take a sponge, stick it in the water takes over the sponge. The sponge absorbs the water into itself. Adsorption with a D, ADSORPTION. Adsorption is when it pulls the material or the carbon related items to its surface. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Bentonite clay, you take a teaspoon to a tablespoon in a glass of 8 to 12 ounces of warm water, preferably about an hour to 2 before you eat a meal. What it does once it enters your body, before that, once it hits the water, you stir it up in the water, it becomes electrically charged. I'm not talking about like you're going to get electrocuted by it. No, not electric in that sense, but it becomes electrically charged, which means it becomes activated. So make sure that when you stir your bentonite clay in your water, that you don't use a metal spoon. Use a straw or a wooden spoon, something wooden, to stir it up. So now, once it enters into your body, when it comes in contact with metals, heavy metals in your body, aluminum and so forth, and even mercury, it draws all those elements to itself. And then when you go to the bathroom, you will lose those things. That is one way to detox your body. So all of those negative things that are in your body, all of those poisons and those chemicals that are in your body, to include pharmaceutical drugs, they are drawn to that bentonite clay, and then they are discarded when you go to the bathroom. And on top of that, you will be receiving the benefit of the micronutrients, such as magnesium and so forth. Okay, now the next one, number 2, which is similar to bentonite clay in its activity, if you will, for lack of a better word right now, in the way in which it's applied in the body, is activated charcoal. Activated charcoal in a powder teaspoon to a tablespoon, 8 to 12 ounces of warm water again. What it does is, through absorption again, it pulls heavy metals to itself, and also all of those poisons and toxic materials that's in your gut, in your body. It pulls it to itself, and it binds them. In other words, it pulls them all to its cellular wall on the outside, and you discard that as well when you go to the bathroom. Activated charcoal. Now, you must be mindful when you take the activated charcoal. Activated charcoal cannot differentiate between good and bad elements in your body. So make sure that when you take it, you don't take it on a regular basis, like 2 or 3 times a day, every day for the rest of your life, because it's going to pull the nutrition out of your body as well. In other words, it's going to pull your vitamins and your minerals out of your body as well over a period of time. So don't do that. Only do it through the process of detoxification, and that should last no longer than 4 or 5 days. That's my recommendation to you. No more than 4 or 5 days using the activated charcoal. Now, someone asked me before, do you want to use activated charcoal and use a bentonite clay in conjunction with one another? You can use one for a week or 4 to 5 days, skip a couple weeks and then use another one, or skip a month and then use the other one. You can interchange them that way, but I prefer to use one or the other, not bentonite clay one day, then activated charcoal and so forth, staggering them like that. I prefer to use one as a protocol and then wait a while and then you use the other one later. So that was that. Now, number 3, spirulina, which is a cyanobacteria. A lot of people have called this a algae, but it's actually not an algae. It is a cyanobacteria, very similar to algae. This is good for also binding heavy metals in the body, plus it's a superfood as well. You get proteins and various other nutrition from spirulina. All right, and its cousin, which is really not its cousin, because this is actually greater than spirulina in my estimation. Number 4 is chlorella. Chlorella actually is a blue-green algae. Chlorella is very heavy in chlorophyll. It is very energetic. It peps you up. It supplies all types of minerals and vitamins, and to include, it is good as a fiber in the body. Okay, chlorella. So your next one is going to be turmeric. Turmeric, some people pronounce it. This spice has been used in Asian, specifically Indian cuisine for years, in curry. And this orangish looking spice will stain your dinnerware. It will stain your clothing, so you have to be mindful as it relates to that. But one of the greatest anti-inflammatory agents that I have experienced with arthritis is turmeric. But make sure so that it is more bioavailable to your body. Your body accepts it and doesn't reject it, in other words, by taking it with a pinch of black pepper and or a fat, such as avocado, coconut, and so forth. You want to take it with some form of fat, okay, so that it's going to absorb better into your system. That's turmeric. And don't forget again, anti-inflammatory, stay on board with turmeric. It is very good. I'm not saying it's going to eliminate your pain 100%, but it's going to minimize your pain in your joints. The next one, number 6, is cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is great. If you don't have any cayenne in your apothecary or in your home, shame on you. You need to have cayenne pepper because it is a blood purifier. It helps to move the blood. Now, what do we want our blood to do in our bodies? Supply oxygen throughout the entire body system, to the organs, the bones, the joints, the tissues, and on a cellular level. And you don't want your blood to be staggering or stagnated. You want your blood to be flowing. Cayenne pepper helps your blood to do that. Okay? Plus, it's also good for your heart. your cardiovascular system in general. The next one is garlic. Garlic is another one, a miracle herb. It is very good for breaking up colds, congestion in your chest and your sinuses and so forth. Garlic. It contains the ingredient allicin. That's the active ingredient in garlic. Understand this. Once you break a piece of garlic open or you cut it, it becomes activated right then, but not before. When you cut it, you look inside, you see this little green center. That's the allicin. So now, garlic will act as an antibacterial, antifungal agent in your body. It will help keep your blood clean as well. It is good for maintaining your health, just generally speaking. The next one is going to be ginger root. Ginger is good for stomach ailments. You're having stomach aches, pains, digestive issues. Ginger is good for that. But what else is ginger good for? Certain types of cancer, especially, I don't care what anyone tells you, potential and existing and early prostate cancer in men. Ginger will wipe out prostate cancer. It will. Now, when I get ready to stop this video, I want to qualify something, the statements that I've made. So let me get to the next one. Ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is good for circulation. It's good for male and female libido. It is good for helping to balance the body's hormonal processes. It is good for the thyroid. It is good for the adrenals. It is good for stress. It is good at relieving stress and anxiety. Ashwagandha is. Now, the next one, I'm almost done, is milk thistle. Milk thistle is good for helping the liver, your poison center. The liver does regenerate itself. Milk thistle is on the top of the list of all herbs that I know of right now as I'm presently speaking to you that will help repair your liver, and it will also help regenerate your liver as well. Milk thistle. The last items are dark green vegetables. Kale, dandelion, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, parsley, etc. Dark green vegetables are good for many reasons. They are chock full of all or most essential nutrients. Variety is important. Don't just eat one particular vegetable. Every vegetable has its own specific benefit. Some of the things cross over and they're similar. In other words, there might be iron in one vegetable and iron in the next vegetable. Dark green vegetables are good for fiber. Helps keep your digestive system pushing to the point of elimination. Helps keep things moving, in other words, especially your cabbage, your cruciferous vegetables, and broccoli and Brussels sprouts and asparagus and so forth. It helps move things along. And also, it helps keep you in a state of being homeostatic, if you will, a state of homeostasis or balance. When you have the appropriate amount of, or the adequate amount of vegetables in your diet, you're going to keep your gut flora healthy. Your stomach, your digestive system is going to be very healthy. You're going to be able to fight off the bad bacteria and the bad viruses that are in your body and so forth, because you can only do that if you have a proper diet. This is the mistake that a lot of people make. We believe that we can eat anything that we want to. That's not what nature says. That's something that men decided that they wanted to do over a period of time throughout evolution. Evolution meaning the development of mankind's ideologies and his thoughts. Just because something sounds good, just because something tastes good, it looks good, it feels good, does not necessarily mean that it is good for us. But we have taken the easy road. We have succumbed to taste. You know, all of the things that are manufactured in the laboratories, the sugars and the colorful foods that they process and so forth. It looks good, it tastes good, it's sweet, it's sour, it's bitter, and so forth. We just buy into it, and we end up with health issues down the road, and even cancer. And we die, we leave here earlier than we were intended to leave here by our own hand. So we need to make sure that we start eating more natural, or as natural as we possibly can, within our control, of course, because there's some things that we don't control. If you're in the prison population, you can't control basically what you're being fed there. You are incarcerated, and you're going to get the diet that they give you. But when you're free and out here on your own, if you can build your own little garden with a small parcel or plot of land and grow your own vegetables and your fruit, do it. You're going to love yourself for it. You're going to love yourself for taking care of the body that God gave you. We only have one body. We need to take care of it. So, oh, by the way, your family's going to appreciate it as well. I mean, there's nothing like being vibrant, being healthy, being able to stand up, notwithstanding if you have some other ailment, some physical condition, so forth, that you don't have any control over, a broken leg or what have you, or maybe if you have some not preconceived, but some predisposition, or some pre-existing condition that you had for years as a child, and that you grew up with that same condition as an adult, and now you're having to deal with it. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what you can do for yourself right now and perpetuate that same behavior and or habit. So lifestyle choices, in other words. So I said something earlier, and excuse me for stammering in these last two videos, but I'm at my job right now. I've had people in and out of the store since I've been doing the video, and it's kind of thrown me off mentally. But the point is still the same. When I tell you these things that are beneficial for you and healthy for you, it may seem as though I'm saying that this is the be-all, end-all item. You need to do some investigation yourself. You need to do some research yourself. You need to experiment with these items yourself. You must also remember that we're all different. We vary one person to the next person. What benefits someone 100% may not benefit the next person 100%. They may only get 20% benefit from the same protocols. So it depends on your ethnicity, what your lifestyle choices have been for the past 20, 30, 40 years, undoing some bad habits, and maybe some pre-existing health issues that you might already have. Those are going to be some of the determining factors as to whether or not some of these protocols work for you. I'm not telling you that this is going to benefit every single person that tries it. Sometimes people don't want change. Sometimes people don't want to change. Sometimes people don't want to do the right thing because it requires something of them. It requires work. And I'm tired. I don't want to do it. I don't want to go through the process. Can you make me a juice? Would you juice something for me, as opposed to them doing it for themselves? What that really says is that that person is not serious about their lives and their health. Period. Either you want to be healthy or you don't. Either you want to lose weight or you don't. Either you want to be able to get to a place where you can move as normal in terms of ambulation, or physically, range of motion, walk as normal as you did when you was a child or younger, or you don't. What do you really want? Stop playing games with your life and your health. Either you want this or you don't want it. You shouldn't waste your time, and you shouldn't waste other people's times talking about, I want to get healthy, I want to get fit, I want to lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds, I'm obese, and I have to get out the bed, I can't stop eating this because I love this. You basically have already put the nails in your coffin and said that I choose to live a short period of time on this planet Earth, and I'm okay with that. I choose to continue to indulge in bad habits. Smoking, cigarettes, pipes, cigars, drinking alcohol, taking drugs. That's what you're saying. Taking pharmaceutical drugs as opposed to using natural methodologies, homeopathic methods, natural medicine. If you choose to do that, what's the operative word that I just used? Choose. You chose to do that. So, not to beat a dead horse, but make a choice today. Either your choice is going to be to live and to be healthy, or as healthy as you possibly can, or it's not. I have my issues. I have my ailments. But I think most of you looking at me, if you watch me on YouTube, I don't look like I'm falling apart. Now, I have arthritis in my hips. I have a limp. I have pain every day. But my pain is manageable with what I do every day. And I still train. But what I won't do is give you an excuse. And I definitely am not going to give myself an excuse for why I can't do it and why I won't do something. I'm still a student to life, and I'm going to continue to do this until I can't do it any longer. I wish you would be like-minded. This is Brother Teacher. If you have any questions concerning this particular 3-part series on detoxing, please leave it in the comment section below. I'll help you to the best of my ability. If I don't know, I will refer you to someone that I believe that may know more than I do concerning this particular topic or any other topic for that matter. But I try to study on a regular basis so that I can be informed, and then I can inform you. This is Brother Teacher. Yahweh loves you, and I love you always. So long.